From Kansas City, stadium of fountains, AstroTurf, and Darrell Porter. This is Kurt Berglund with Pine Tar Baseball, the American League Championship Series Game 3 between the 1974 Oakland A's and the 1980 Kansas City Royals. The A's won their World Series in 5 games over the Los Angeles Dodgers, while the 1980 Kansas City Royals lost their World Series in 6 games to the Philadelphia Phillies. In this series, we are tied at 1 game apiece. The Royals were winners in Game 1, overcoming a 4-0 deficit in the first inning to win 8-4 in comeback fashion in Oakland. Game 2, a reversal. The Royals were ahead 6-1 with 2 innings to play, and the A's came back to win 7-6 thanks to Dan Quisenberry being unavailable to close. The Royals could not put together a group of relievers able to get the job done after Dennis Leonard handed them a 6-4 lead. It is Game 3 today. Catfish Hunter on the mound for the 1974 Oakland A's against Larry Gura, soft-tossing lefty for the 1980 Kansas City Royals. Good case could be made that these were the respective aces of their clubs. Hunter might have been his best season ever, although you could make a good case for some others. He was certainly near his peak. Larry Gura, also near his peak. A key game for both teams. The A's gave up home field advantage in Game 1 by losing at home, but they took it right back from the Royals by winning in Kansas City in Game 2. Today we're in Kansas City for the second and final time in this best-of-5 game series. We return to Oakland for Game 4 and, if needed, Game 5. So both teams want this game very, very badly. The National League Championship Series between the 1979 Montreal Expos and the 1964 Philadelphia Phillies is just as tense as this one is. And we had a great game yesterday in that series, also Game 3. So we're moving toward the World Series. Who will represent each league? So let's get started with this one in Game 3 and see who takes the advantage in this series. Leading off for the visiting Oakland A's, Billy North in center field. Batting second, Bert Campaneris at shortstop. Batting third, Sal Bando at third base. Batting fourth, Reggie Jackson in right field. Batting fifth, Joe Rudy in left field. Batting sixth, Gene Tennis at first base. Batting seventh, Jesus Alou doing the designated hitter chores today. Batting eighth at catcher, Ray Fosse. And batting ninth, second baseman, Dick Green. On the mound for the 74 A's, Catfish Hunter. As you can see, he's an A and a B on the road. An A the first 2 times through the order, and then he'll drop to a B. He has no strikeout or walk modifiers and a maximum innings pitched of 8, but he can improve that with good performance. For the homestanding 1980 Kansas City Royals, it's Willie Wilson in left field. Hal McRae batting second and the DH. George Brett batting third at third base. Willie Aikens back in the lineup with a right-hander pitching, playing first base. Amos Otis drops a spot to fifth and plays center field. Clint Hurdle is passing up the buffet today to play right field and bat sixth. Darrell Porter batting seventh behind the plate. Frank White batting eighth at second base. And UL Washington batting ninth at shortstop. On the mound for the Royals, Larry Gura. And as you can see on his card, he is an A-plus pitcher the first 2 times through the order, and he remains an A-plus pitcher times 3, 4, and 5 as well. Maximum innings pitched of 8. He can improve that with good performance, and like Catfish, he has no strikeout or walk modifiers. Here we go with Game 3. Larry Gura, the left-hander, on the mound against the Oakland A's. Let's see what happens. Billy North steps in and leads off. The pitch. And this one is strike 3 called on Bill North. That's not how they want to get the game going. Bert Campaneris, the shortstop for Oakland. A key on their defense, a key on their offense. The pitch to Campy. He draws a walk. He's aboard with 1 out. Campaneris at first base. Porter can throw. Campy is a threat to steal, but Porter can throw. We'll see what they decide to do. Alvin Dark at the helm of the 74 A's. Sal Bando steps in. 243 in 1974 against Gura. He's got the platoon advantage. This one, strike 3 swinging for Bando on a Gura sinker, and I put that term in quotes. And Reggie Jackson with 2 outs and 1 man aboard steps in against Gura. The pitch to Reggie is ball 2. He's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. The next offering from Gura is a strikeout swinging Gura. The soft-tossing lefty gets 3 strikeouts in the top of the first from the A's batters. We go to the bottom of the first. We're scoreless in Kansas City. Catfish Hunter takes the mound, and Willie Wilson steps in. It'll be Wilson, McRae, and Brett for the Royals in the first. Each team wants to get off to a good start, get on the board early. And Wilson is hit by a Catfish Hunter pitch. Uncharacteristic wildness for Catfish with the first batter of the game. Wilson, a huge threat to steal. McRae stands in. Catfish to the belt. Gives Wilson a long look. The pitch home. There goes Wilson on the steal attempt. He is safe. Fosse's throw to Green, not in time. And Willie Wilson is safe at second on the stolen base. McRae takes strike 1. McRae against Hunter. Hit in the air to left. Hit in the air to left. It's Rudy. And he'll make the play for out number 1. George Brett is up. First base is open. It's the first inning. They're not going to walk him, but Catfish will surely pitch carefully to the slugging Royals third baseman. Hit on the ground to second. Dick Green will flip to tennis with Willie Wilson taking third base on the ground out. With 2 outs, it's Willie Aikens and Amos Otis on deck. Catfish with a runner on third base and 2 outs. The pitch. We've got a strikeout for Aikens on a Catfish Hunter breaking ball. We've completed 1 inning. We are scoreless in Kansas City. Shaping up to be a pitcher's duel, but now that I've said that, of course, it's going to be 10-9. Joe Rudy, Gene Tennis, and Jesus Alou for the A's in the top of the second against the left-hander Gura. And Rudy hits this one to left field. It's in the gap. It's going to split Wilson and Otis. Go all the way to the wall, and Joe will find himself on second with a double. Gene Tennis stands in. I'm dropping dice left and right. That's never good. Tennis stands in with nobody out, and Rudy on second. The pitch to Gino. He strikes out, swinging. All of the outs so far for Gura, strikeouts. Jesus Alou with a chance to put the A's on top. Rudy working on his lead. Gura to the belt. Checks Rudy at second base. The pitch home to Alou. Ground ball third, gloved by Brett. Rudy will hold, and the throw to Akins retires Alou. And with 2 outs, it's Ray Fosse, the 196 hitting catcher for the A's in 1974. Gura to the belt, checks Rudy. The pitch home to Fosse. They strikes him out, and 5 strikeouts in 2 innings for Larry Gura against the apparently free-swinging Oakland A's. We're to the bottom of the second. No score in Kansas City in this pivotal Game 3 of the American League Championship Series, this Pine Tar Tournament. TTLBaseballGame.com. Hunter to the belt. The pitch home to Otis. Line drive, base hit, right field. Amos goes the other way. Probably good advice against Hunter. Otis is on with a single, and Clint Hurdle puts his fork down and picks up his bat and will stand in against Hunter. This one's hit hard. And he lines a base hit. Hurdle lines a single to center field, into right center. Billy North is going to grab it on 2 hops and fire it into green. Amos Otis will streak all the way to third base. The Royals have men at the corners with nobody out in the bottom of the second. Darrell Porter stands in for Kansas City. The A's infield is playing back for a potential double play off the bat of Porter. The pitch home to Darrell, and Porter is unstoppable. I swear to goodness gracious. This is a single to right for Porter. Otis scores from second. Hurdle will go all the way to third as Reggie Jackson's throw from right field goes into second base. The Royals take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second of Game 3. Frank White at the plate. Clint Hurdle at third. Darrell Porter at first. White at the plate, there's nobody out. The A's infield still playing back. Frank White. Runners at first and third, there's nobody out. The pitch home to White. He strikes him out. Catfish gets what he needed. And UL Washington will stand in. Runners still at the corners now with 1 out. A's infield back. Hurdle at third. Porter at first. The pitch home to UL. Here's the squeeze. UL Washington gets it down. Bando grabs it and will throw to Green on the squeeze play. UL brings in Hurdle with the second run for Kansas City and advances Porter to second. A squeeze with 1 out. There are now 2 outs. Porter is at second. Willie Wilson steps in at the plate. Royals scrapping for every run they can get off Catfish. Catfish to the belt. The pitch home to Willie Wilson. He strikes out Willie on some high heat. But the Royals, the 1980 Royals, take a 2-0 lead with some singles and some small ball in the bottom of the second. We go to the third. Kansas City 2, Oakland 0. And Dick Green, Bill North, and Bert Campaneris will represent the boys in green at the plate on the top of the third. Ground ball, first base, gloved by Akins. He's going to take it himself, and that's 1 down in the top of the third. Billy North, 0 for 1 on the day, 260 in 1974. Pitch to him is a line shot at Akins, who dives and grabs it before it rifles into right field. 2 outs, nobody on, and Campy at the plate. He walked in the first, but 290 in 1974. Campaneris, the swing driven into left field, a base hit right between Washington and Brett for a single for Campaneris. He's aboard. And Sal Bando steps in representing the tying run. 2 outs. Campaneris on first. Gura checks him. The pitch home to Bando. Is ball 4. No, I'm sorry, ball 2. Ball 2. Bando takes. He's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch home to Sal. Ground ball second. Gloved by White. He'll throw to Aikens. And that will retire the A's in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Kansas City 2. Oakland nothing. And it's McRae, Brett, and Aikens looking to do more damage against Catfish in the bottom of the third. McRae is 0 for 1, 297 on the year. And Hal McRae with a line drive base hit right field, taking Hunter the other way, as seems to be the strategy today. Brett steps in, first base occupied, nobody out. For the 390 hitting George Brett. This one driven in the air to center. Billy North will catch up to it and make the play. McRae retreating to first base. That's going to bring up Aikens with 1 out. A definite double play target. Catfish to the belt. Checks McRae at first. The pitch home is hit high and deep to center field. This one's way back north to the wall. Elvis has left the building. So has Willie Aikens. It's 4-0 Kansas City. They're jumping out to another big lead like they did in the last game. Can they hold it? It's 4-0, 1980 Royals, and Catfish not pleased with himself on the mound. Otis, 1 for 1 on the day with a run scored. There's 1 man out. Amos, with another hit to right field, is a single. He's aboard. Clint Hurdle wipes his face with his napkin and grabs his bat to come up. 1 for 1 for Hurdle with a run scored. The pitch. Hit in the air to left. Rudy's got it measured, and it's 2 down for Porter with his big single last inning. Only 249 in 1980, but what a big part of the team. The pitch. Hit in the air to center. A looper. North coming in, coming in, coming in. He's got it. And that will retire the Royals in the third. We go to the fourth. It's Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing. Gura back on the mound. It'll be Jackson, Rudy, and Tennis for Oakland. Reggie's 0 for 1 with a strikeout on the day, 289 on the season. He walks Reggie. Reggie draws a walk to lead off the fourth. And Rudy comes up. He doubled in the second. 293 for Joe in 1974. Pitch to Joe Rudy. Hit on the ground to Brett. Brett to White for 1. The relay to Aikens not in time as Rudy beats the wrap and is safe at first base. Gene Tennis with a man on and a man out. Stands in. He struck out in the second. 211 in 1974. Hit in the air to left for Tennis. Willie Wilson drifting over and will make the catch. That's 2 down. And Jesus Salou 0 for 1 on his day with a ground out to Brett back in the second. 268 in 1974. Ground ball shortstop taken by Washington. He'll flip to White for the easy force, and that retires the A's in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing. And White, Washington, and Wilson will represent the boys in blue in this inning. Frank 0 for 1 with a strikeout, 264 on the year. Pitch to him is lifted in the air to left. It's a looper. Can Rudy get there? Yes, he can. It's 1 down. UL Washington with a huge squeeze bunt in the second. Jim Fry putting on some small ball for the Royals. 1 out, nobody on. Pitch to UL is driven to center. This is going to get past North because he plays shallow. Washington is going to take second on the double. He's rounding, going for third. No, he puts on the brakes. UL settles for a double with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Catfish does not have his best stuff today. Willie Wilson looking to drive in the 5th run for Kansas City. Willie's 0 for 1, a hit by pitch, a stolen base, and a run scored. Pitch to Willie now. We have a range check. Get to the kitchen. Get to the kitchen. It's a range check. Willie hits it hard right at tennis. Gene Tennis can't make the play. It's off his glove. Trickles toward green. Stays in the infield. Washington takes third. The Royals have men at first and third with 1 man out. Hal McRae standing in. Tempting to put on a play here, but with Brett on deck, defense comes in. A's defense comes in. The pitch home to McRae. The infield is ready for a play at the plate. There's 1 man out. Pitch to Hal. Days strikes him out on a Hunter breaking ball. And now it's Brett with Akins on deck. Oh, man. First and third, bottom of the 4th. They're down by 4. Are they going to walk Brett and load the bases for Akins, who homered last inning? No, they're not. They're going to pitch to George, hopefully carefully. Hunter to the belt. He checks UL at third. He checks Willie at first. The pitch home to Brett. Ground ball second, knocked down by Dick Green. He's going to throw to Tennis, and they're going to get out of it in the 4th. Wow. Royals could have broken this thing wide open, but instead Hunter wriggles off the hook, and we go to the 5th at the score Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing, with Fosse, Green, and North due for the World Champion A's. Rays 0 for 1 on the day. Ground ball short, taken by UL. He's going to throw to Akins, and that's 1 down. Dick Green 0 for 1 on the day, 213 in 1974. Pitch to Dick. He strikes out swinging. Gura got his strikeout mojo going today. That's number 6 for Larry, and there's 2 outs in the 5th for Billy North. Looking to get anything he can going. They have a distance to make up. They waited a long time. They waited until the 8th to start making it up yesterday. Pitch to North. Ground ball first, gloved by Akins. He's going to flip to Gura, and that will retire the A's in the 5th. Gura has allowed 2 hits over 5 innings and is throwing a shutout. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing. In Game 3 of the ALCS, it's Akins, Otis, and Hurdle for Kansas City. Catfish has dropped to a B rating. We are in his 3rd time through the order. The pitch to Willie. Hit on the ground to Tennis. He's going to flip to Catfish covering first, and that's 1 down. In the bottom of the 5th, Otis 2 for 2 on the day with a run scored, 251 on the season. The pitch to Amos is a comebacker. Catfish gloves it. This is the first time Catfish has retired the first 2 men in the inning in this ball game. Clint Hurdle, 1 for 2 with a run scored on the day. 294 in 1980. Spoke too soon about Catfish. That's a base hit to left for Hurdle, taking Catfish's breaking ball the other way, and he's going to be on first base with a single. Porter coming up, 1 for 2 on his afternoon. Pitch to Darryl, and that's driven. This one going to get over the head of Joe Rudy and hit the wall on a hop. Are they going to wave Hurdle? Hurdle's going to be held at third. Rudy gets it back into Campy in good shape. But there's runners on second and third with Frank White up and 2 men out. Every run is precious now for Kansas City and for Oakland, for that matter. Kansas City wants to extend the lead. They didn't finish off the A's yesterday, and it ended up costing them. White at the plate, Hurdle at third, Porter at second, 2 men out. The pitch home from Catfish Hunter is hit in the air to center. Billy North has room and makes the catch. We've completed 5 in Kansas City. It's Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing. And we go to the 6th with Campy, Bando, and Reggie coming up for Oakland against Gura. Campy is 1 for 1 with a walk on the day. And, of course, a key to their offense. He swings, he hits it on the ground to UL Washington, a carpet hugger. UL grabs it and throws across to Akins for 1 down. And that'll bring up Bando, 0 for 2 with a strikeout on the day. Pitch from Gura. Sal strikes out swinging. It's number 7 for Gura. And Reggie comes up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a whiff on his day. Gura befuddling the Oakland hitters. The pitch to Reggie. Reggie's befuddled with a strikeout, called, looking, and 8 strikeouts so far for Gura. He's completed 6. He has allowed only 2 hits and no runs. After 5.5, Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing, and it's Washington, Willie Wilson, and Hal McRae for the Royals in the 6th. UL 1 for 1 with a squeeze bunt and a double on his ledger for the day. He strikes out, doesn't like the call, but he's out of there. 1 gone in the 6th. Willie Wilson 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch, a stolen base, a run scored, and a strikeout. He's had a busy day. And this one's hammered on the ground, gloved by Tennis, and Gene will take it himself to first base, just beating Wilson's sprint to the bag. And it's 2 down in the 6th for Hal McRae. Hal's 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run scored. Pitch to Hal is lifted in the air to center. It's going to drive North back, but he can make that play. We've gone through 6 in Game 3 of the ALCS. It's 4-0 Kansas City. It's TTLBaseballGame.com to find your own set of Pine Tar Baseball. And for Oakland, in the top of the 7th, it's Rudy, Tennis, and Alou. They are combined 1 for 6 in this ball game. The pitch to Joe, hit in the air to left. He pulled it. You don't want to do that with Gura. Willie Wilson coming on and makes the grab for 1 down. Gene Tennis, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout, one of Gura's 8 victims. Pitch to Gino. He strikes him out. That's number 9. Gura got his strikeout mojo going. And Jesus Alou, the 3rd man up, 2 men out, no man on. 268 for Jesus on the season. He's 0 for 2 today. The pitch. Hit in the air to center. This one is for Otis, and Amos will one-hand it for the third out of the inning. Gura has retired 12 in a row. He's not allowed a hit since the third. He's got it going. There's no doubt about that. And we're going to stretch him out now with the score: Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing. It's Brett, it's Aikens, it's Otis, and the meat of the Kansas City order in the seventh. George is 0 for 3. That's a line drive, base hit, left field. 1 for 4 for George. He's on with a single, and Aikens comes up 1 for 3. A 2-run homer, and a strikeout on his day. Oakland's got to get its bullpen going, I guess. No choice now. It's the 7th inning. It's getting late, and they don't want to go down 2-1. So it'll be Lindblad and Fingers throwing in the Oakland bullpen. They're hoping Hunter can work his way out of this. But a leadoff single for Brett is causing some concern in the Oakland dugout. The pitch to Aikens, a double play target if he can hit it on the ground. Ground ball first, fumbled by Tennis. He recovers and flips to Hunter for the out. But Brett moves up to second base. So with 1 out, the Royals have a man in scoring position, and a constant thorn in the A's side in this series. Amos Otis coming to the plate. Amos 2 for 3 with a run scored on the day. Hunter to the belt, checks Brett at second. The pitch home to Otis. He walked him. Hunter not on his game, and he does set up a double play now. Lindblad and Fingers still throwing quickly in the bullpen. Hurdle, 2 for 3 with a run scored. Pitch to Clint. Hit in the air to right. It's a mile in the air, but it's not deep. Reggie's going to make the grab. Brett is tagging, but not going. And it'll be up to Porter with 2 outs and 2 on to try to extend the Kansas City lead. Darrell's 2 for 3 on the day with a double. The pitch is hit to right. Reggie's going to come in and take it on the run for the third out. We've completed 7. It's the Royals 4, the A's nothing in Kansas City in Game 3 of the ALCS. With 2 innings to go, Gura back to the mound, throwing himself a shutout. It's Fosse, it's Green, it's North. And instead, it's going to be pinch hitters. Leading off will be Angel Mangual, batting for Fosse. Angel, 233 in 1974. A pretty busy guy, actually. Doing some DH duties, doing some play in left field. Especially when Fosse was out having his back operated on. Or his neck, sorry. I think it was his neck. They moved Tennis to catch. They put Rudy at first, and Mangual played a lot in left. He's up there now against Gura. Nobody out in the top of the 8th, and the A's have some work to do. They're down by 4. Gura's throwing a 2-hitter. Pitch to Angel is a base hit up the middle. He's aboard. 3rd hit for the A's, and the A's have something going in the top of the 8th. Dick Green do? Are they going to bat for Dick? Yes, they are. They're going with Claudell Washington, a left-handed batter, going against the left-handed Gura. To try to neutralize that sinker, and I put that in quotes, that Gura throws. Claudell's up there. Mangual takes his lead. Gura to the belt. The pitch home to Claudell is hit on the ground to second. That's White. White to Washington for one. The relay to Aikens, not in time. Claudell beats the wrap at first. Mangual is retired. They trade places, but Gura picks up an out. He's 5 outs away from giving the Royals a 2-1 series lead. Billy North stands in, 0 for 3 on the day, 260 on the season. The pitch from Gura. Hey, strikes him out, number 10. Did I count that right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the day for Gura. That's 2 outs in the 8th, and Campaneris coming up, 1 for 2 for him with a walk. Claudell takes his lead off first base, not going anywhere. The pitch to Campy. Hit on the ground to short. UL goes to White the short way, and they retire the side in the 8th. A leadoff single turns into nothing for Oakland. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Catfish still on. It's Kansas City 4, Oakland nothing. In the bottom of the 8th, Game 3 of the ALCS, Frank White, UL Washington, and Willie Wilson will represent the Royals' cause in the 8th. Pitch to Frank is looped to center, a Texas leaguer, and he's aboard with a single. They'd love that 5th run. They've got some options with White. Oakland has some subs in there because of their pinch hitting in the top half of the 8th. Ted Kubiak is in at second base, batting 9th. And Larry Haney is doing the catching, batting 8th. So they replace Fosse and Green on the defense. UL Washington standing in against Do they want to send White on a stolen base attempt? Haney can throw. Washington at the plate. He can bunt. Name of the game is getting it to McRae and Brett and Aikens. So Washington will square, lay one down, and it's not a good one. It's not a good one. Hit too hard, right back to Hunter. He's going to whirl and throw to Campaneris for 1. The return throw to first, not in time. UL's speed beats that out. But UL Washington bunts into a fielder's choice. He replaces White at first, and he is a fast man. They could send him. Haney's throwing is a -9. That would knock UL down to a 64. They could send him now if they want to. Willie Wilson at the plate, 326 on the season, 1 for 3 in the game. The pitch home. There goes UL. The throw from Haney to Campaneris is in time. They shoot down UL Washington. Larry Haney comes off the bench and has his rifle with him. 2 down in the 8th. Willie Wilson took a called strike 1. Catfish Hunter, the pitch is ball 4. Wow, he walked another for Catfish. That is, oh, I'm sorry, that's only his second, but he also hit a batter. Not on top of his game. Willie Wilson on first now with McRae up. 2 outs. Are they going to send Willie? Pitch home. He's not going. McRae. Looper. Base hit left field in front of Rudy. Willie Wilson was on the run with a crack of the bat. He's going to make third. And Brett is going to be up again. Wow. 1 for 4 for Brett. 390 on the season. McRae at first. Wilson at third. They're sticking with Hunter. They don't want to go in the bullpen if they don't have to. The pitch home to George. It's wild. Haney blocks it. Blocks it. Ball 1 to Brett. Hunter at the end of his rope. Dark on the top step of the dugout. Lindblad and Fingers ready in the bullpen. Wilson at third. McRae at first. 2 men out in the 8th. The pitch home. Hit in the air to center. The Royals don't put him away. Billy North will make the catch, and that retires the side in the 8th. We're going to the 9th. Gurra's coming back out. Quisenberry's warming up in the bullpen. Let's see what the Royals want to do with their defense. They're going to do nothing. They're going to stick with what they got. And Gurra will face, Gurra or somebody, Quisenberry, warming up, will face the heart of the A's order. They need 4 runs to tie, 5 to take the lead. The lead in this series is slipping away for Oakland. Gurra is throwing a 3-hitter. He has gone the distance. I'm still dropping dice left and right. Gurra's walked 2. He has struck out 10. He has allowed 3 hits. Bando, Jackson, and Rudy are going to represent the boys in green in the 9th inning. The pitch to Sal, who is 0 for 3 on the day. Hit in the air to right. Hurdle is jogging in and will make the catch for out number 1 in the 9th. Reggie Jackson up now. A pair of strikeouts and a walk on his day. He's 0 for 2. Pitch to Reggie. Unbelievable. The guy is unbelievable. He takes Gurra to left field for a base hit. And he's aboard with 1 out. Joe Rudy comes up. Doubled in the 2nd. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Jim Fry drinking the Malox in the Royals bullpen, or in the Royals dugout. The pitch home to Rudy. This one is strike 3 called. It's number 11 for Gurra, and there's 2 outs in the 9th. Gene Tennis, 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts on the day. Last chance maybe for Oakland. Pitch to Gino. Hit on the ground to second base. Frank White flips to Washington, and that will end it in Kansas City. A 4-0 shutout, but not for the 1974 Cy Young Award winner, is for lefty Larry Gurra, the winner in today's ball game with a complete game, 4-hit performance with 11 strikeouts. Let's give you the line score. for the victorious Kansas City Royals, who made 4 runs hold up today when 6 didn't get the job done yesterday. 4 runs on 13 hits. Catfish Hunter was pitching out of jams all day long, and no errors. For the vanquished 1974 Oakland A's, no runs on 4 hits, and they committed also no errors. Winning pitcher is Gura. Losing pitcher Hunter. We have a pair of complete games that sets up the bullpens for heavy usage in games 4 and 5. The teams now board the plane and head back to Oakland for game 4 and game 5 if necessary. The Royals are 1 game away from the World Series. They have a 2-1 lead in this best-of-5 series. The pitchers for Game 4 will be Ken Holtzman for the Oakland A's and Rich Gale for the 1980 Kansas City Royals. Gonna be a good one. Both teams desperate to win. That's it from here. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Kurt Berglund. Please check out Pine Tar Baseball at ttlbaseballgame.com. ttlbaseballgame.com. The final, once more, the 1980 Kansas City Royals win Game 3 of the ALCS 4-0 over the 1974 Oakland A's. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. More great Pine Tar Baseball, great teams action coming up very, very soon. ttlbaseballgame.com. Thank you so much for being with me. Have a great day. So long, everybody.